Welcome back to the CS Podcast. I am your host, Chris Chanafel, and I am now joined by wide receiver out of West Texas A&M University and 2014 NFL Draft prospect, Nathan Slaughter. And man, right there, that is a great football name. How's it going, Nate? Thanks for joining the show.
It's going good, man. Thanks for having me.
So we're going to talk about your football career, and in high school I see you played 4 different positions: wide receiver, running back, cornerback, and safety. It seems as if you had the most success at wide receiver, and my first question for you, Nate, is coming out of high school, why did you decide to attend West Texas A&M University?
Well, I had a lot of schools looking at me, but a lot of places wanted me to go walk on. But with Texas A&M, they gave me a scholarship, and it was close to home, and the offense was something that was attractive to me, so that's where I ended up.
And talk about your first season at West Texas A&M. You were a true freshman and caught 33 passes for over 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, I know those numbers aren't eye-catching, but were you expecting to put up those type of stats as a true freshman?
Coach Carlson, when he recruited me, he said I probably wouldn't get any playing time till my junior year. So, to come in and I kind of prove him wrong and show that I can play and I got to play early, I was pretty satisfied with that.
You put up similar numbers the next season with 33 receptions, 395 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now, I'm cool with Britton Golden, West Texas A&M alum, and now wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals. What type of teammate was he? And as a fellow wide receiver, has he helped you out with your game in any way? Because in my eyes, man, you both are very similar football players.
Britton, he's a good guy. I got to play with him for 2 years, and I got to learn a lot from him. So, just playing with some great receivers. A lot of guys that I play with are in the NFL now, so I learned a lot.
I got to think that inspires you even more, and maybe you're more hungry to reach that goal to play in the NFL, knowing that some of your friends, some of your former teammates are there in the NFL, like you said.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I see those guys, and I grinded with them while they were here, and I've gotten some positive feedback from some of them, so I'm going to do everything I can.
In 2012, Nate, you started all 15 games at wide receiver. On the other side was another playmaker in Torrance Allen, and you recorded 67 receptions, over 820 yards, and 6 touchdowns. This was by far the best season you personally had, and even the team, as you guys finished the season 12-3. How would you describe the wide receiver duo in yourself and Torrance Allen? You guys complemented each other very well.
We have a lot of playmakers on our offense, so it was good to put up some of the numbers that we put up and have the success that we had. So it's just great being able to play with good players and have success.
And after that success in 2012, what were your expectations entering this past season, the 2013 season?
I just wanted to do everything that I could just to help my team win. We had goals of being national champions, but that didn't work out. But I just wanted to do everything that I could to help the team win.
Any personal expectations?
I'm not really a personal expectation type of guy because I don't really like to put limits on myself. I just want to go out there and make sure at the end of the game I'm satisfied with what I did.
All right, and like you said earlier, saying that you guys were stacked at the wide receiver position this past season would be an understatement. But you were still able to make plays and put up 50 receptions, 517 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Nate, how would you not only describe this past season, but your entire experience at West Texas A&M?
It was great. Being in an offense that's so pass heavy, being surrounded by a lot of great players, that's some stuff that will help me in the future, just to be able to learn from that. And in the future, I'm going to be surrounded by a lot of great players if I make it to the NFL. So, I think my whole career at West Texas A&M just was a great stepping stone for me and will prepare me for things to come.
Throughout your entire college football career, in your opinion, what has been the biggest or most memorable play that you've made?
I would have to say my junior season, we played Colorado State Pro Bowl in the playoffs. We called a flea flicker, and I caught it and made a couple guys miss reverse field and went all the way in for the touchdown. That was probably my best play.
Nice, nice. Chris Shanafelt talking with 2014 NFL draft prospect, wide receiver out of West Texas A&M, Nathan Slaughter. And Nate, can you tell us about this last week of yours that you just had as you spent time in South Carolina with other NFL draft prospects from all types of different schools and to participate in the Medal of Honor Bowl, which is a collegiate football game, all-star game. Can you just tell us about this last week of yours?
It was a great experience, man. I got to play with some big-time players from D1s all across the nation, and just being from a small school and being able to show that I could compete and make plays, I mean, that was a great experience for me.
And of course, you're on the national squad, and although you guys fell short 20-6 against the American team, in this game you caught 2 passes for 28 yards, and on special teams, as a kick and punt returner, you put up 43 yards. And all this, like you said earlier, was in the first half of the game as you rolled your ankle, and unfortunately had to sit out the second half. Now, can you just tell us what it was like to go up against some of that the best competition in the country, like you said earlier?
It was a good experience, man. I mean, I guess scouts, they always want to see what small school guys can do against bigger schools. And I think that I showed that I can hang, and I did pretty well.
Well, you mentioned those scouts. I know there are over 100 NFL scouts out there. Were you able to talk to any of them? And if so, what were they saying to you?
I got to talk to probably 6 or 7 scouts, and they asked me a lot of questions, a lot of background information. They seemed pretty high on my speed, and it was just really, they were asking me more questions than anything.
Now, I know you want to play for any professional team that gives you an opportunity, but after talking to some of those scouts this past week, is there a certain team that you would, now you would like to play for more than others?
I wouldn't say that there's a particular team, but I mean, I would say that a team that's really attractive to me is like the Patriots.
And why is that?
I just like the whole organization. I think Bill Belichick is a first-class guy, and I kind of like the way that they operate up there.
Hey, man, they're playing the Denver Broncos this weekend in the AFC Championship game. Of course, winner goes on to go on to the Super Bowl. You think they'll do it?
I think they got a real good chance.
All right, Nate, a few more questions, then I'll let you go. If you would compare yourself to a wide receiver currently playing in the NFL today, who do you think that would be and why?
I would have to say T.Y. Hilton. He's a guy, he's very versatile. They move him all around the field. He can impact you at receiver and in the return game, and those are some qualities that I have also.
Let's say there's an NFL general manager out there listening to this interview. Why should he want Nathan Slaughter, wide receiver out of West Texas A&M, on his team?
He should want Nathan Slaughter because I can change the game in a lot of different aspects. I can play special teams. I can return kicks. I can block kicks. I can play receiver. I'd probably say I'm one of the best athletes that's out there, and I'm very smart too.
All right, man, that's definitely what they want to hear. And last but not least, with the Medal of Honor Bowl week now scratched off of your schedule, what's next for you, man? You getting ready for your pro day?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for my pro day in March. Going to be training for that, and I'm also trying to get my degree in May.
Hey, sounds great, Nate. And like I said, I really do appreciate your time. I'm certainly wishing you nothing but the best. Before I let you go, you have anything else you want to say to myself and our listeners?
I just want to say thanks for having me, and you'll be seeing me in the future.
All right, sounds good, man. Take care.
Thank you.